Hi Marty, this is Ed, and I want to show you, it turns out we have some issues with the data. So what we're looking at here is some information. This is actually the file, the raw file. There's a Microsoft version, well, excuse me, there's an Excel version. There's also a Word version as well. Here's one look at that right there. Here's what the data looks like. So you can see here's what the results are per student. Unfortunately, they do not break it out separately by question. They just show it as a bunch of groups of 10. So we have 35 questions, so there's 3 groups of 10 and then a group of 5. And then sadly in Excel, they don't have that either. It's the groups of 10 and then groups of 5. And then it turns out the way Excel works is if you have leading zeros, so in this case it looks like there's not 10. Well, she got the first 3 wrong. That's why it doesn't show the 0 there, so you don't see leading zeros. Whenever the string starts out with a 0, you don't see it. You only see the 10 when the string starts out as a 1. So in case of Amanda here, she has a 0 for the first question, and that's why you only see 9 numbers. Here she has a 0 for the first of 5. That's why you only see 4. So it turns out that this is really much more painful than I thought. I thought it was going to be easier. There is a lot of good data here. If I go back and look at all of the question data, they break it down, and there's a lot of statistics, and that's all well and good, but this doesn't help me. So I tried a couple different ways to do this. I've corrected all of the fill in the blank and multiple choice. I have those. Everything's ready to go, and I can drop them off tomorrow morning. So I tried doing it. I tried seeing if there's a way that I could extract these numbers here and then fit them into separate columns in Excel. I don't know Excel well enough, or the use of extracting data from Word to Excel to make it work, unfortunately. I don't know how to do that. I tried a few times. Maybe if you can find a way to extract these into 35 separate columns, then we're good to go. I tried putting commas through them. I tried putting the whole thing and putting commas in there on each of the numbers. I tried putting a semicolon. Tried any way that I could to bring it into Excel, and I wasn't successful. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I just don't know what it is. I tried a bunch of different ways, things that I thought would work, and they didn't. So I tried playing around with Word and seeing if there's a way to do that, but this would mean you'd have to actually, here's the results for Paul Andrews. Here's what the key is for all of the A answers, right? So that's the string for all 35 questions, and whether they're 1 point or 2 points. So that's what you see in the second column here. And then the second row. And then the third row is just me, figuring those out. And just in doing a 1 or 2, I had errors, which, it's painful either way, whether you do it in Word or Excel. When you do it in Excel, it just is very difficult. So I'll show you one way that I would do it, and you can kind of figure out what you want to do here. So what I have here is here's the actual 1 or 2 points, and let's say this is in row 2. Row 3 are the actual results, and then row 4 is the calculation of that. Row 5 here is, and we could probably put a space here. Might be a good thing to do that. Insert a row. Give you a space here in between names. And then so what I would do is, so let's say Saruthi Balasuriya is the next person up for consideration here. So I take her last name, and actually I probably could do this, right? I could go edit, copy, and then put that in there, edit, paste. That would save a little typing, I guess. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Okay, and then I take these numbers here. So I take this, edit, copy, unfortunately, because it's not broken out, and I put it in here, edit, paste. See, in her case, every time she had at least a leading correct answer, so that means because of that, except maybe in this one here, she had a leading paste. So actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, so she's missing one. So what I do is I hit F2, go to the beginning, put a apostrophe, then I put my 0 in there, enter, and then I've got my 0. Then I come in here. You can see how painful this is. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Okay, so that's also those numbers. Escape. I should put another row in here. Insert row. Gives that another space. So now this is my, so here, edit, copy. Edit, paste. Okay, so that's all that. Now I take this and I just manually, okay, here I just follow this 3 1s, and then there's a 0, and the rest are 1s. That's an easy one. And then here, all of them until the end. There's 1, 0, and then there's a 1. And then we have a 0, oops, a 0 and a ton of 1s, and then we have 2 0s, and then 2 1s, and then here they're all 1s. That's easy. Okay, so then that's all that. So then I just do here like this, and I do edit, copy, and then edit, paste, so it should copy the formula, which it does. Okay, no, this is wrong. I put in that should have been just a 0 there, right? And that works. And then I get that she got 48 points, which seems to make sense. And then do edit, copy, and then I do edit, paste, paste, and there's that same number there. And then we move on to the next one. The next one. I mean, this is painful. The question is that faster than correcting an exam and adding it all up? And I think it is, sadly. I really, really think it is, and just kind of looking at that. And then you already have on these corrected exams, all of the other numbers are there in terms of the open response stuff. So you could put this as scan, and then you could put this as open. You could put that number, and then we could go ahead and put final. So hold on a second here. I'm just going to put my headset down real quick. I'm back, so I actually have Paul Andrews' number. He got 39 here. Alright, so then I can just say here, put a formula in plus, what is that? That's AQ2 plus AR2, and that's the grade, 94. Oh no, that's wrong. Sorry, so let me delete this, and I'll delete that. This is actually here, it's not, that's not the number, this is the calculated one, isn't it? So that's 39, right? That's what I said. So now I go, that's what I do, I go plus, that's 4, so that's AQ4 plus AR4. Okay, these grades, by the way, are going to be lower. It's a much harder exam, so I'm probably going to have to scale. So anyway, and then, so that's Paul's, and then so on and so forth. The way I took the exams is they're all organized by either Rev A or Rev B. There's a Rev A and a Rev A B version. And they're all alphabetized, and they're organized by class, which should make your job a lot easier. So I'm going to, there'll also be a B detail that has the different rubric for all, because the questions come in different orders and there's different numbers there. So sadly, well, let me ask, hold on, I got another one here. Let me put my headset down. Augustos as well. So I'll just, it's not going to be any different, but we could see how we could do that. So I think that's hers there, right? Is that her? Let's go across. Yes, that's Anne Marie. So she didn't do as well. So Anne Marie had a 36 in terms of open. Right, so I'll just come edit, copy, edit, paste. Yeah, so she's got 65, but that's going to be scaled. So anyway, I think this is how we should do it. If you want to actually go through the exams and do it, all the results have been captured. I think this is faster, way faster than handling paper and doing it. Although it's painful, it's still much, much faster than what you would normally have to do. So I believe this is the right way to go. Take a look at this, and then I'll be up for pretty late tonight. We can take a look at that. I'm going to post this on YouTube. I'll send you the link, and then I'll send you the files, and then we can go from there. Talk to you soon.